I don't know what is going on
Good
with
evening.
that feature.
Good evening and welcome to the Cactus Inn. We're indoors tonight and we're all braced for the live FA Cup 4th round and 5th round bonus draw tonight as well. We'll explain about that in a minute. I'm Matty Lawless and I'm joined at the moment by producer Dave. How are you, mate?
How you doing, Matty? All good, mate? All good? Excited for the... excited for the Stockport.
We've got a vested interest tonight because obviously West Ham play Stockport County, a club who I have very dear to my own heart, Stockport, because I used to cover them when I was back at university. I used to live about two stops away on the train from Levenshulme into Stockport. I used to go and cover them. So really fond memories of that ground and how cold it is. So don't envy the players. And for you, Dave, I mean, you might have been too young for this, but I think of Stockport County. I think of Ian Dowie's own goal, 1996.
Yeah, I remember that goal. Yeah, I remember that.
You then?
Great own goal.
Yeah, how old was that?
What year was it?
1996, December 1996. I remember it. So
I was 7 then. Yeah,
7 years old. And mate, I remember we actually had a strong team. Like we had Slaven was playing, Dix was playing, Florian Radichoyu. I think our star striker at the time, Paolo Future, was shopping in Harvey Nichols. So we ended up with Ian Dowie up top, and then he ended up scoring probably the greatest goal of all time.
Yeah, what a goal. What a finish.
Apologies for my language there. It's not quite 9 p.m, but there you go. So, mate, 4th round draw. West Ham are in the hat, and they are number 6.
Yeah.
So could knock us out, but we'll see.
They could do. Do you know what? I'm hearing that we're putting out a strong team tonight, so I'm quietly confident. It's a different season for West Ham than it has been the last few years. I don't feel like we're destined to lose every game. Do you know what I mean? Whereas years gone by, there's only been the odd season where like that season, last season at Upton Park with Slaven, where you actually thought, do you know what? I fancy us. Do you know what I mean? But every other season, and then we had a season with Allardyce, didn't we? Where where we had Stuart Downing, players like that who just for that season we just turned up.
It just clicked, didn't it? Yeah,
it just clicked. But that's few and far between. So every cup game, I'm like, oh god, especially on Allardyce, I swear he just went, what? Oh, FA Cup? Yeah, don't worry about that.
Well, I think you're right. I do think you're right with that. Actually, I think there was very much Sam's motivation was to stay in the league, and it always has been. That was what he was judged on. And of course, he would have wanted success, but I don't think he really treated the FA Cup seriously because to him, the real kind of the benchmark for him was survival. So that's all that mattered, really. Whereas Slaven, really, I think it was just a whole kind of, it was almost like that snowball effect where everything just rolled into one. But I don't think he was ever really tasked to, I think have a good season by all means and try and keep the fans happy and get those moments. But nobody expected it to be that kind of whirlwind that it was. And we actually had a great cup run that year, I think. We were unlucky. I was up at Old Trafford. We drew to Manchester United, but controversial circumstances. Schweinsteiger definitely failed Randolph in the build-up to his equaliser. Dimi Payet smashed it top bins at Old Trafford. Incredible. And then we played them in the replay at Upton Park. Sellout. I mean, I remember that game. It was such a, the atmosphere was palpable. It was almost like a cup final. Everyone was so excited because we were in a great run of form as well. Everyone fancied it, and unfortunately, it just didn't quite happen. Really, we ended up losing 2-1, and we almost had. I think we had a goal disallowed right near the end as well. And it was
sounds like West Ham.
Yeah, it just wasn't to be. And then, that was almost like the warm-up for the last ever game at the Bowling when we beat United. But we almost lost when we went 2-1 down and, what a night it was. But listen, West Ham are in the at a minute.
Sorry, mate, we've got someone knocking on the door here, so we're going to welcome him in. He's eager.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Ryan Winsley. Good evening.
Doing?
Yeah, very well.
Look, we've got the colours on.
Got the colours. I'm repping.
I've got a full kit. You know what?
Matty's turned out Stockport lad. Did you, lad?
Yeah,
You
my
come
roots,
on, like
mate.
Stockport.
My adopted northern roots. I was sad.
That's in Stockport. Oh yeah, you was up there, weren't you, for uni?
So yeah, listen, West Ham United to win the FA Cup this season, Dave, 20-1 with the bookmakers. Those odds are from Betfair, our friends. Well, they've been friends to mine over the years, but not quite friends of the podcast yet, but we'll see. Chorley with a big success over the weekend, non-league Chorley. They did play derbies under 12s, but
Yeah.
they won. But
Rooney's boy Kai was playing.
yeah. I thought Chorley was, the Peter Cake coming in your ear.
Phoenix Light.
Charlie FM
Chorley FM.
coming in your ears.
Where the listener comes first. They're like the Cactus Inn, really.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, I've just got in from that. I just did 10K in a push. 10K in the push.
Get lost again.
What's that?
Get lost again.
Do you know what? I actually found a better route. So I managed to swerve getting lost, but it was all right. I stopped at the Crumpled Horn for a cheeky 5-pint chaser. And, that's
Reminisce about the good times.
Yeah. Well, how you feeling, mate? You feeling good?
Yeah, I don't know. Like we spoke earlier, Matty, didn't we? And you said your calf was tight. Mine, literally, it's like, it's nice in a snap.
Like I don't know if it's like a combination of maybe like cramp fatigue or the cold weather. I think that don't help.
Well, the thing is as well, I don't suppose we really do a warm up. You just go out and run.
No,
do you warm up, Dave?
Yeah, stretches, all that.
Saying that, you've been doing homeschooling. You've been doing a warm up in your living room with the kids, haven't you?
Yeah. So one of the lessons the other day was PE. I was like, all right, fine.
PE with Joe Wicks.
No, it was 40 hockey stretches. Like hockey stretches. Do you know what I mean? I was just thinking, what is going on here? Hockey stretches.
No,
couldn't even tell you a hockey player, let alone a stretch.
Oh, do you need my hockey stick, Dave, that I got for Christmas?
Oh yeah, geez.
Knew it'd come in handy.
Yeah. Take it over, right?
It's got all the hockey stretches on the stick as well. So if you get lost, you can just look at it and go, right, yeah.
I know one hockey player because I interviewed a hockey player once, and that's the only.
Quigg.
No, it was
Quigg. Sam Quigg.
Sam Quigg is she was part of that GB team.
Yeah.
Alex Danson, her name was. She was really nice, and I think they
won. To Ted Danson, was she?
Yeah, that's what I said to her. But Joe went down like a lead balloon.
Who?
Yeah. Next question: do you like hockey?
So boys, just a quick one. Yous are probably bang live on telly, you know? Like you're straight. I'm a streamer. So
I'm a streamer.
Yeah. So
you're like.
Well, I'm probably going to get last year's draw first before.
Yeah.
Get this year's draw.
Yeah. In the final, 1980, it will be Arsenal versus West Ham United.
And we all know what happened there, don't we?
We do know what happened. The last time West Ham have ever won any trophy in their history of note. Of note. Because we did win the Intertoto Cup, and for me that long lives in the memory.
Wow. I've just seen the West Ham team, boys. He's gone strong. Yes. He's gone Darren Randolph, Vladimir Kufal, Craig Dawson, Ogbonna, Ben Johnson, Mark Noble, Declan Rice, Yarmolenko, Ben Rama, Lanzini, and Antonio. That is a strong team.
Wow.
That
is a strong team,
Coming up. So, follow our lead. I'm just going to quickly run through the ball numbers.
You can do the announcing if you like, mate.
They're at the bottom of our screen. If you're looking for the ball numbers, number 19 stands out there. Crawley Town, of course. Mark Wright, the only way is Essex fame and Heart FM. Mark said
his brother Josh made his debut yesterday as well.
So he finally realised dream of becoming a professional footballer. Came on in the last minute. I actually played with both of those guys at Upton Park before the ground was closed. So played with him in a game for Umbro against #United. I think that's on YouTube. Wow. You watch it though, because I had a bit of a mare for the last goal. But so they're number 19.
Well, I played with him at a charity match last season at Aveley as well. Really good footballer. Really good.
Quality,
like, left foot.
Left
foot, solid left foot. But fair play to him, mate. Honestly, he's a really nice fella as well. So if he gets on and
I don't understand the hate. I don't understand the hate people are giving him. Like, he's obviously, you don't just get given. He's obviously done well in training. Don't care what anyone says.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Really.
He looks fit as a fiddle. He can play football for sure. I mean, like I say, I played with him and quality player. And like you said, right, he's actually a really genuinely nice bloke.
He really is. Yeah.
I was really pleased here, and I watched them. Actually, a mate of mine produced it for the BBC. It's on the iPlayer. Mark Wright, The Last Chance, it's called. And it's very small episodes, only short episodes. They're like 12, 13 minutes long, but it's definitely worth a watch. There's 2 episodes on the iPlayer at the minute, so that's on there. So Mark Wright and Crawley Town, they are number 19 in the draw. Liverpool, number 23 in the draw. That'd be interesting. They, of course, they had a bit of a bye. They played Aston Villa's under 11s, and they won. And
Crouchy's playing with his balls.
Oh, cheeky. Knew he would be.
Crouchy's doing a draw tonight. He's doing a robot, and he's.
I love Crouchy.
He's just put the balls into the pot.
Nope.
One of my favourite FA Cup draw stories.
So what are we looking for? Man City, Liverpool? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Get the big ones out of the way.
Here we go, right? It's number 32 is the first ball out, and that is Cheltenham Town. They got home draw. They'll be looking for a decent tie, yeah.
Ooh, Man City.
Wow.
Oh, wow. What a tie that is.
Yeah, massive tie. That'll be on telly for sure.
That's number 7.
AFC Bournemouth. Trip to the coast awaits somebody here, Dave.
Yeah. Under who? 19. Crawley.
Oh, go on. Crawley at home?
No way.
Good draw for them, though.
Oh, Bournemouth. Sorry. I'm way behind, honestly.
You just don't talk. You just look at the screen.
Swansea City at home, number 9. And they're going to play Nottingham Forest, so an all-championship tie there. Guarantees 1 in the 5th round. Manchester United at home, a home draw.
Right.
Always get a home draw.
Not Forest, but Nottingham Forest fans don't like that, by the way. They hate that. Man United,
Liverpool.
Get in.
That's
Get in. Let's have some of that.
He's giving it some of this.
He's a legend, son.
Well done, son. Number 2, Southampton or Shrewsbury Town?
Oh.
You'd bank Southampton to win that tie, wouldn't you? Arsenal. So last season.
Yeah.
Tough, not an easy draw for them. Southampton away, potentially.
Potentially, yeah.
Number 13, unlucky for some, Barnsley, championship team.
Barnsley.
Another all-championship tie there. They're playing Norwich City. So Barnsley versus Norwich City at Oakwell. Oh, here we go. Chorley have got a home draw.
Oh.
Chorley versus Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Oh, that's a good draw.
Great draw for them.
Yeah.
Premier League opposition. They'll be under the lights again, I'm sure, with the TV cameras. Millwall at home. Could it be?
Come on.
Oh, God.
Come on, you Irons.
No, not this time, I'm afraid. It was Bristol City, another all-championship tie. A few of those. Number 31, Brighton Hove Albion had beat Newport County on penalties last night. An epic penalty shootout.
That was a great game.
They got Blackpool. Battle of the Beaches.
Yeah.
We'll fight them on the beaches. Number 18, Wycombe Wanderers.
Ooh.
Championship.
And they got Spurs.
Ooh.
Decent.
Spurs,
That,
yeah.
Not
Number
bad.
22, Fulham. Fulham have got a home draw at Craven Cottage.
It's going to be us. I can feel it.
Yeah.
It's going to be us.
No, it's not. It's
Burnley.
Burnley.
Oh, another Prem clash.
Full Prem tie.
You have to fancy Burnley there, wouldn't you? Sheffield United at home. I'm not sure I'd fancy that, to be honest.
Wednesday in it still? Go on,
They are.
Wednesday. Go on.
Sheffield.
Oh, Plymouth.
I think they got Plymouth Argyle. That's a bit of a non-tie, really, isn't it? But come on, Plymouth. I hope they do the job. Chelsea at home.
Don't be us. Please don't be us.
This is not.
Please don't be us. Please don't be us.
Oh, it's number 26. Yes. Luton Town. Chelsea always seem to get those draws, don't they? I mean, I think that's an easy draw for them. Yeah. Sorry, Luton. No disrespect.
Here we go.
Here we go. West Ham at home, potentially. Stockport.
Come on.
United.
Okay, the chickens, yeah. Doncaster. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Tell you what, we don't get ones like that, so let's see if we can get through tonight.
For the winners for tonight's tie, of course.
Yeah.
24 Brentford, a new Brentford Community Stadium, lovely little stadium. That hopefully fans can get in there soon. And they've got Leicester City. That's a good tie.
Yeah, great tie. That
you know that's
really good
for the purist.
Yep.
So Everton.
I'll tell you what, we normally get someone like that, don't we? Everton or Newcastle or something like we.
Everton Sheffield Wednesday. That's still a bit of a throwback tie. That one. Feels very 1994. Doesn't it?
Pierre Hooydonk, Van Hooydonk days.
Yeah.
And the
Reggie Blinker.
Yeah.
We've all had a Reggie.
Oh, mate.
Lewis Gulliver, Chorley FM, coming in your ears.
You know it, Luke. You know me. Right, so just to recap the draw, Dave, do you want to run through it for us?
Yeah, can do. Let's go for it. Right, so first up, we've got Cheltenham versus Man City.
Big draw. Big one there.
Down in the south coast, we've got Bournemouth versus Crawley Town.
Decent.
Then probably the tie of the round so far has got to be Man United versus Liverpool.
I think that might be on TV, Ryan. What do you reckon?
Yeah, you might get on
channel 5. That one. I wonder what Gully thinks the score will be. Let us know, Gully. Next up, Southampton, Shrewsbury versus Arsenal. That ain't easy for Arsenal. I think either team, because Southampton are a good team, and if Shrewsbury can get through, that's an awkward. Awkward one, isn't it?
You'd expect Arsenal to come through that. I mean, just going back to the odds we were talking about earlier, Arsenal, even though they are the holders, they're only 8-1 with the bookmakers. So I think that's not bad odds, really. I mean,
decent. Yeah,
on that, it's not bad, is it? I mean, and Arsenal, they've won a cup more than any other club in history. So I think with the FA Cup, they've just got that kind of affinity. They seem to play well, don't they? So I'd back.
They know how to win it, don't they?
Yeah. Definitely.
Next up, an all-championship tie, Swansea versus Notts Forest.
Yeah, I think, again, I'm on it. With Nottingham Forest, they like to be called Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham.
Yeah, they hate
Nottingham beat.
Because of Notts County. So,
well, do you know what? I didn't have enough time to type it, so sorry about that.
Anyway,
Nottingham. So
if I had to back a winner there, I'd go for Swansea.
Yeah.
Right, having a good season in the Championship. Nottingham Forest have been a bit indifferent under Chris Hughton. I don't think he'll last long there. And Swansea really flying high. They've got a really good manager in place as well, I'm told. So, I'll back them on that one, Dave.
Yeah. Another Championship tie, Barnsley versus Norwich.
Yeah, I think, again, you'd probably go with Norwich.
Yeah. I mean,
you just don't know, though.
It's a toss-up again, isn't it? You just don't know, especially with Championship clubs. Like they're going to put their strongest teams out in the FA Cup, isn't they? So it could go either way. And it is, like you say, it's a one-match shootout. Anything's possible. Norwich, they play a nice style of football, don't they? So could could be them.
This next one, I think, is really going to. The nation will get behind this one. Chorley versus Wolves.
Yeah.
Style of play, and I just think Chorley, give it a go.
Yeah, class. They'll go at them.
Why not? I mean, they'd fancy it, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Going to that little ground as well.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely.
Won't be able to play those intricate little passes. Be really tight.
This is what's going to be interesting now because the 5th round draw is going to come up. If they were to get, for example, the winner of Man United Liverpool, what an added motivation!
What an incentive, yeah.
You know, exactly, the incentive's there for them to go and win. And you know, for Wolves, listen, I think Wolves this tie is really important for Nuno Espirito Santo because you know they're not going to do as well as they have done in the league previously this year. I think they'll be a top 10 team, but they need to win a competition, and I think they've got a team to do it. They've got a great squad there, so this is an important tie for them.
Yeah, they've got to take it seriously, haven't they? Because it is probably their only chance of actual silverware. Yeah, that in the League Cup.
So while we're talking about Chorley or Wolves maybe getting Man United or Liverpool, Lewis Gulliver's saying 7-0 to Man United. McSauce hat trick.
McSauce is on fire, mate. He's pulling the strings in that midfield for sure. Yeah, but Chorley, they are 300 to 1 with the bookmakers to win the FA Cup. I think that might go up a little bit. But anyway, we'll rattle through because I think the 5th round draw is going to
go. Ishan Go has said, again, easy draw for Man City.
Yeah, fair play. Yeah.
Right, so
they do get
tie v Man City, v Bristol City, sorry.
I'll say Millwall for that one because I think Millwall, again, they've got a good cup pedigree. They weren't that far off getting in the semi-finals a couple of years ago. If you remember, David Martin was in goal, who was at West Ham there. And
they're a good manager, aren't they? Gary Rowett.
Yeah, and I think they'll fancy that type. But yeah, so for me, that one I would say Millwall.
Yeah. As Matty labelled it, Battle of the Beaches, Brighton versus Blackpool.
Yeah, Blackpool, of course, you know, they got through on penalties. They beat West Brom, who were really struggling under Sam Allardyce. He's come in, replaced Slaven Bilic.
Because he normally has that first game bounce, doesn't he, from the players, but he hasn't had that.
He hasn't had that. No. I mean, they had a good result at Liverpool, but Liverpool have been out of sorts, you could argue. And anyway,
it's the 5th round draw now, people. So just quickly, we've got Wycombe versus Spurs.
Tottenham
Fulham
for me.
versus Burnley. Yeah.
Quick
shout out.
Burnley
Sheffield United versus Plymouth.
Yeah, Sheffield United.
Could be sticky though, that one.
Chelsea versus Luton. There's only one winner there, I think, and that's Luton. Yeah. Stockport, West Ham versus Doncaster.
Stockport.
Brentford versus Leicester.
That's a good one. I'm looking forward to that, actually.
Everton versus Sheffield Wednesday. Right, so that's the 5th round draw now, everyone. Sorry to rush through that. We got sidetracked a little bit.
I was down for a last.
Shuntai Walker, what's your review on Arsenal getting Shrewsbury or Southampton? We'll go through that after, mate. Yeah, bear with us. We're just going to go with a
definitely
5th round, and we'll come back to it.
Thanks for tuning in.
I'd say it's a good tie for Arsenal. Definitely a good tie.
Yeah.
And as I said, they've got their cup history there. They're the holders. I'd expect Arsenal to win, but the balls are in the pot, so to speak. Crouchy's velvet ball bag.
So, here we go.
So Plymouth or Fulham or Burnley? A good draw. So Fulham or Burnley will play Bournemouth or Crawley. So Crawley, good incentive there to play a Premier League side in the 5th round if they can beat Bournemouth. So here's a good one: Man United or Liverpool at home versus Stockport.
Shit.
We did not want to see that. We didn't want to see that.
But listen, if you're going to win it, you got to beat people. You got to beat everyone. So.
Sheffield United or Plymouth Argyle at home.
Yeah,
City. So Sheffield United or Plymouth versus Millwall, Bristol City.
It's say I fancy us against anyone.
Yeah, honestly, it's probably our best team we've had for years.
Chorley, if they beat Wolves, they've got a home tie. And they'll place either Southampton, Shrewsbury, or Arsenal.
What an incentive. What an incentive.
Huge. Barnsley or Norwich at home in the 5th round, and they will host Chelsea or Luton. So looking at that, you'd expect it to be Norwich-Chelsea.
Yeah. Good tie, that.
Everton or Sheffield Wednesday. Everton could be a sneaky bet for the FA Cup this season, you know. Everton or Sheffield Wednesday at home, and they'll be up against
Leicester.
Wigan or Spurs. So that's a tough one.
Oh, yes. That is a great, if those teams come through, Everton, Spurs, potentially.
Swansea or Forest? Nottingham Forest with the M.
Not the beat.
And they'll play either Cheltenham or Man City. So looking at that, it looks like it'll be a bit of the battle of the cities for me. I think Swansea versus Man City, but we'll see.
We'll go through the teams after.
Yeah, Brentford or Leicester City at home. And they'll play either Brighton or Blackpool. So that's it. Fifth round concluded there. We'll go
so did Man United potentially get a home draw again?
They did, yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's
funny that.
Well, you know, Peter Crouch, former Liverpool player, doing the draw. So, you know, maybe he's trying to redeem himself for making that original draw. Man United or Liverpool in the Cup. For me, in that fourth round, I'm going to have to say I think Liverpool will win that time.
Yeah. I think they've got, even their youth, just incredible, you know. Like Man United, I don't rate. Like, I don't rave about them like people do. You know, I don't think they're.
Oh, Gully's listening. So,
mate, I know he's listening. Just like stir the pot a bit. But honestly, I know they beat us at home, but I still think they're vulnerable.
It's a crunch month for those two teams in particular because obviously they're neck and neck. Man United can go top of the league. Don't forget tomorrow night if they beat Burnley at Turf Moor. Turf Moor, happy place. Turf Moor, happy place. If they can make Turf Moor their happy place, they'll go top of the league. But they play Liverpool on Sunday on the 17th, when battle with the top two. So that'd be interesting. So for me, I think it's going to be a pivotal month for both sides. I just think Liverpool are going to come out on top. I just can't see. Man United. I think Man United, there's a lot of hot air blown about them at the minute, but let's see. I might be wrong.
Maybe if we do get through and we do get Liverpool, a bit of redemption for the old cup final, you know?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, 2006 still breaks my heart. 15 years on. 15 years. Wow.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. It feels like yesterday. We was going to go back to Arsenal because they're the holders, Dave.
Yes. Let's go back to this comment from Shuntai Walker. I hope I said that right.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Thanks for coming, getting in.
Shrewsbury or Southampton away, it's like you said, Dave, is a potentially tricky tie, but you'd expect Arsenal to come through. If Arsenal do win that, that's when it could be tough. Who they play in the next round?
Just going through. Them lower league teams on a, are they on over a Saturday or are they on a weeknight? All these little things make a difference to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, mate. I think you're right. I think so. These ties, the fourth round ties, will be on a Saturday, the 23rd of January, and if it goes, the fifth round ties are going to be midweek, and I think that's February the 8th.
Yeah,
February the 8th. So they're going to be midweek ties because the schedule's so congested at the moment that they're trying to squeeze these fixtures in desperately. I mean, even today we've seen Aston Villa Tottenham got called off for Wednesday, and suddenly Fulham are straight in there because they've got to play Spurs, so they've thrown Fulham straight into the mix, which is extraordinary, really. But I mean, that's just the nature of the beast at the minute. With obviously 36 positive COVID tests in the Premier League were announced today.
Yeah,
quite remarkable. But
it's just a lot. Yeah,
I'm amazed they haven't introduced a circuit breaker. I think that will be last resort. I think the reason being is that the calendar is too tight as it is in terms of getting to the Euros this summer, which should go ahead. And I think they're desperate to kind of complete that because also as well, the season's supposed to start earlier the next season due to the World Cup in Qatar. So it really is
It's crazy, isn't it? Like,
the players,
imagine being a footballer now, like how much football you're actually playing.
Just going
to be how regular you're playing it.
Complete burnout they're facing.
Oh, I'd love it. I would love it so much.
I would love it.
I would love it if we beat them. But yeah, it's true.
Some great ties tonight, I think. I mean, for West Ham, I've got to be honest with you. I saw that and I thought, yeah, great. If we beat Stockport, we've got Doncaster at home, fantastic. Should beat them, but Man United or Liverpool, and that's I feel a bit deflated by that.
The thing is, we get a positive win tonight, positive win against Doncaster. Start building momentum in the cup. You know,
well, you don't know where Man United or Liverpool are going to be in that part of the season.
And plus Pellegrini in the cup, he didn't used to put out a strong team. You know, like they didn't really. That's pretty much full strength.
Yeah, it's like the point I made about Wolves. Like Wolves have got effectively nothing else to play for, have they? West Ham haven't. We'll be safe. We should.
So fair play to Moyes. Like,
I think so.
I think he understands. Like, we've got a chance. The way we're playing, you know.
I think that just going back there, Wickham Spurs in the fourth round, Everton Sheffield Wednesday. You could see Everton v Tottenham in the fifth round. I think that's another really good draw.
Can I just give you a little stat about Spurs? I heard it yesterday.
Yeah.
When they were playing Marine. So they won the Football League in the 50-51 season. They were FA Cup winners in 1901, 1921, 1961. 1961, 62 as well. 80, 81, 81, 82, 91. It's 2021.
Yeah.
Is there any silverware for Spurs this season?
Well,
and they've got one of the managers who wins. He's a serial winner, like a great manager. So I don't want it to happen, but the football gods and the omens, they're looking pretty strong, boys.
I'd say that 7-1 is their price as well, right? Which is not a bad price with the bookmakers. Be interesting to see if that's changed after this draw tonight. But 7-1 going into the draw. They're already in one cup final, and if they can win that cup final, you have to think that winning breeds winning success, doesn't it? That mentality, winning mentality. So it'd be interesting to see with Spurs. Like you say, listen, I hope they don't do it, but
I know, same.
7-1. I'd say, listen, if I had a spare fiver, then I'd be more than happy to stick it on Spurs, but. Everton away, I do think Everton are a dark horse, mate, and they're only 9.
They can trouble teams. They can really trouble teams.
Your Evertons, your Leicesters, they're going to be teams that, again, they'll fancy it. They'll fancy
Southamptons, teams that just fancy it.
Definitely, mate.
Positive brand of football.
Yeah, and like you say, it all depends on selection. I think you're right in terms of like Man United, Liverpool for West Ham, potentially if they make it to the fifth round, if they can navigate them their way past Stockport tonight, of course, and then Doncaster Rovers. But, what kind of selection are they going to make? Are they going to rotate the squad? I mean, United did this weekend. They made loads of changes. So could that play to our strengths in a way, So be interesting to see. And, of course, the difference this time is there's no replays. It's settled on the day.
One game.
Extra time, penalties. And if it goes to penalties, it's anyone's game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, a fun fact for you: the Stockport manager is a West Ham fan.
Jim Gannon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's a West Ham fan.
Really?
I've interviewed him many times. Lovely fella.
Is he?
Yeah. So
let's go through these. Let's go through these fifth round. Now I've caught up a little bit.
Yeah.
So
well done, Dave. Dave's keeping all our
great job
a little bit. But that was I weren't ready for that.
Our banners going.
So, right, you read them at the bottom of the screen. Come on, you talk us through them.
So, Fulham Burnley versus Bournemouth or Crawley Town.
Dave,
I tell you what, there's a massive chance really for your Burnleys and your Fulhams to go to your quarters or whatever it is. Is it your quarters after the fifth? It is, isn't it?
Yeah. 6 rounds. That's when it gets interesting.
Yeah,
but you know what? Crawley Town, they're going to be buzzing.
Oh, massively, yeah.
I think they'll fancy themselves against Bournemouth.
Yeah. When the old Wright brothers turn up.
They've almost become a glamour team now that they've beat Leeds, and everyone's been raving about Leeds. I've seen some funny tweets actually where every time Leeds lose this season, pundits just seem to rave about how brilliant they were, and you're like, hang on a minute. I mean, West Ham played them off the park.
Bielsa's a genius.
Everyone was going, weren't Leeds good? They lost. They
got tonked. Bielsa's a genius.
Yeah, he's a genius. But there they are. They're out of the FA Cup. Lost to a League Two team with a TV star plan. You know, it was
16th. Were they 16th or 17th in the league?
Yeah, but, Crawley Town. I mean, I really like the manager there. I think he's old school, and you know, and I wish the Wright brothers the best because they're lovely people. So good luck to them. That'd be great for them. I've got to be honest with you. If I had to pick one out of the 4 going through, I'd have to say Burnley.
Burnley, yeah, they're a bit solid, aren't they? Like defensively.
Yeah, the way they got through. So I watched that game. It was on the FA TV player, whatever it was, on Saturday. And MK Dons, they were so unlucky. You know, they really were. They were within a whisker of getting through to the next round. And Burnley just popped up later on, got the equaliser, and then won the tie. You know, on penalties. So sometimes you're looking at it and you think, is the luck on their side? You know, Ryan mentioned about the omens and all that. So I'd say Burnley if I had to pick that of them.
Yeah, Burnley for me. Right. Well, yeah, I think we've covered Man United, Liverpool versus Stockport, West Ham or Doncaster. I mean, us 3 being devoted West Ham fans, we reckon we'll take care of Stockport tonight and Doncaster and hope for a.
I'd like to think we get through both, but I mean that if you get through to the 5th round, that's tricky, isn't it? You know.
Do you know? I hope we get Liverpool, and the pure fact is because you'd like to beat the best team in the country on your way to winning a cup. You know, we're dreamers, aren't we? So
get a bit of revenge for 2006.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think Moyes' record at Anfield's particularly good. I don't think he's ever won.
Well, we changed that, won't we, Moyes?
Well, we've already won a Goodison this year, so let's go up there and get something else again.
I'd like us to play Man United if we do get that far. And of course, we'll back our own team here. So let's say West Ham United into the quarter.
Listen, if we've got Antonio fit as well, we're a totally different team.
We need him fit because he's a only striker at the minute.
And Liverpool haven't got that many centre backs, so they've got 2 central midfielders playing centre half.
That's the thing, mate.
That's where you think, do you know what? We might actually have a chance here.
Absolutely.
Moving on to this next one, right? I mean, we've got Sheffield United, Plymouth, Millwall, or Bristol City. I mean, Sheffield United have got to be using this cup to try and get some confidence up, haven't they? Anything.
Just get a run, get a run of wins together, and
I think you're right.
Get their confidence back. Yeah, definitely.
I think you saw that on Saturday. They played Bristol Rovers, and I mean they limped past in a sense. On the scoreline was only 3-2, but in reality, it should have been the scoreline should have been a lot bigger than that, really. And I think for them, like you say, that will kickstart their season for them. They'll hope, and I think they play Newcastle either tomorrow or Wednesday, and I'd bank on Sheffield United to sort of win that game. Now that they've had that first win, that's been lifted off their shoulders, so to speak. So I'd fancy of those teams there. You'd fancy Sheffield United really amongst all those. You'd have to say, but Millwall seem to have a good cup pedigree about them. So
they score goals, Millwall. You know,
So
I mean, Sheffield United have struggled to score goals. You know, they haven't got the ball in the back of the net that often, have they? So
a home tie. You know, could that play into their hands a little bit? I mean, I don't think it is if you're home and away at the minute anyway. But I think you'd have to say Sheffield United. But Millwall might be worth a sneaky bet, you know.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, saying that though, Bristol City, they're not a shabby outfit. Do you know what I mean? Like, they can play.
You love Bristol Cities.
I love Bristol's. I love Bristol City. Yeah.
Right, moving on.
Put your hands up for Dirk Kuyt. He loves it, City.
Surely, Dave. Surely they can't be steering. Surely they can't win this one.
Surely they can't get through this one.
I would love it if Chorley got through Wolves because
Chorley could be one of those teams that they could just be lucky and every team they play gets hit by COVID and then they end up playing their under 12s and
hilarious if it was Chorley versus Shrewsbury at the end of it.
Yeah. Don't think so much.
All those teams, you've got 3 Premier League teams in there, and then Chorley end up at Shrewsbury.
And Shrewsbury was smashing about 8-0.
I'll tell you what, we'll go to that and we'll go and watch it.
Chorley's fairy tale is done and dusted for me in this one. I think Wolves will comprehensively win this tie. And I think, honestly, like I said, Arsenal, I never rule out Arsenal in the cup because I just think they just seem to...
They love it. They love the magic.
Yeah, they just love it.
They turn it on.
For me, I'd have to say Arsenal of those teams.
And Arteta's already won a cup. Already won it, you know? So,
I mean, I don't want to...
He knows how to win it.
You want to see some of these big teams knocked out. That's what the FA Cup's all about. But
absolutely.
I mean, listen. Well, let's say it is Wolves Arsenal at some point. That ain't easy for Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? That really ain't. So that's
on it potentially.
Yeah. There's a few games. There's a few mixture of games there that could be really good to watch. So.
But you're looking at Southampton, Arsenal, aren't you? Really? Like
yeah.
I
think so.
Southampton they're playing some good stuff.
Yeah.
Like the Letizia days, you know? Back to that sort of that
pomp about them, haven't they? That sort of free pomp.
Yeah.
That'd be great to see.
Ward-Prowse is turning it on, putting the strings.
He must have, didn't he? What a player.
Looking class, mate. Really, really good.
Right, moving on. Barnsley, Norwich. Or Chelsea, Luton.
Chelsea. Again, Chelsea, Frank Lampard had a massive opportunity, didn't he, to win the first trophy, and he lost it. So Arteta beat him in that final. You'd have to think that...
You've got to fancy him in this
you do. I think you'd have to fancy him in this situation. Again, you don't know what the fixture schedule is going to be like and, what other commitments they'll have. I think they're still in the Champions League, so...
they've got players in their squad like... Giroud he'll be a class FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? Bangs goals. You've got Hudson-Odoi, Ziyech. Like you've got all these players. Werner
scored
Havertz,
man.
All these players that will they've got so much strength in depth. You're looking at them to really go far.
Definitely, yeah. I think
it's probably his best chance to get a bit of silverware this season.
Unsurprisingly, Chelsea are fancied by the bookmakers as well. They're 6-1, I think. So that's not a bad odds, really, is it?
Can we see this one being an Everton versus Spurs game then? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. I think Sheffield Wednesday, I mean, they've had a terrible season. They've had an absolute stink. I mean, they started on minus points, I think, at the start of the season, and I think that was sort of overturned slightly. But since then, they've had managers come and go. Tony Pulis didn't last very long. Now they've got a caretaker in charge. They seem to play better when caretaker managers are running them. And they had a good win at the weekend. They won 3-0, I believe it was. And, Everton away, you'd expect Everton to win. I think Ancelotti, again, is another manager that he's come to Everton with a track record. He needs to win something there. They've invested a hell of a lot of money in him. They've brought the players in that he wanted. So for him,
they will carry on investing as well.
I just think for him, the FA Cup is it'd be a massive statement for Everton. If they could go out and win this, and don't forget Everton, the backdrop of a city that has tasted success with Liverpool. And what's it like to be the neighbours of that team? It must be. I wouldn't like it. Imagine that was West Ham and their neighbours winning. Well, it's happened to us a lot.
Well, it happened with United and City. United won every 50 years, and then City come through.
Really, that will put the pressure on Everton a little bit because the players will know that there's an expectation from the fans to win. They haven't won a trophy since 1995. You're talking about a long wait for a trophy. I mean, that's up there, isn't it? So almost 30 years approaching for that, which is incredible, I think. So I'd fancy Everton to beat Sheffield Wednesday, and then Wickham Spurs, as you mentioned, right? Jose Mourinho, he knows his way around a trophy cabinet, doesn't he, boy?
He's everyone knows he's a serial winner, wins trophies wherever he goes. And, he's definitely got the squad at Spurs to do that. Vinicius, I know it was against, the team of bin men, but, he took his...
It actually was, wasn't it?
He took his goal well, do you know what I mean? Like, he took his hat-trick well, and he looks like he's, he looked like he'll score goals.
Did you see what he did? He shot for the first goal, and then I mean, mate, what's he doing?
Did you read about Mourinho?
Just scored against the road sweeper.
Yeah, I think they were selling tickets, weren't they? For Mourinho was selling tickets, virtual tickets, and whoever bought one got put into a raffle to manage a pre-season game.
Yes,
and Mourinho bought a ticket, so like he could end up managing Mourinho pre-season.
And Jose Mourinho, he'll win that as well. You know,
he'd probably do it. Like that's the thing as well. I won. I'm doing it. So
brilliant.
I think Gary Lineker left the match with like the comment, "It's Marine 0, Mourinho 1, Mourinho 1." Yeah, very good. But yeah, you got to fancy Spurs going to at least the semis, if not all the way. But then we look at Swansea, Nottingham Forest, Nottingham against Cheltenham, Man City. You're looking at Swansea City really for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. My mate Goffey won't like that. My mate Goffey's a Forest fan.
Yeah, I used to live with two Forest.
No, you shite, mate. No, rubbish, mate. No, gonna be Oxford City, mate. Like that. But yeah.
I think that's sort of a formality that time. I think any way it goes. I think men's. The thing is with Guardiola, he always puts out some sort of strong team. You know, he respects all the competitions.
And you're right. He's another manager. He wants to win every competition. You know, we've seen that with the Carabao Cup. He's always treated that with respect. So, you'd have to look at that. And I'd say you're right. Man City for me would be.
And they've started to tick now, haven't they? City. They've started to really.
Personally,
they look like the old City.
Yeah, if you give me £5, I'd say I'll stick them. I'll stick a fiver on them to win the title. You know, that would be my bet. I think they'll win the league this year. As you mentioned, right, Liverpool, the injuries they've had and having to sort of play makeshift defenders and midfielders, centre midfielders.
I don't think Liverpool will win it without Van Dijk. You know,
no, I don't.
The way City play, they're frightening.
They'll limp past teams like West Ham, and they'll get little wins like that. But it's the big games. That's when they'll struggle because it's. Yeah. I mean, I might be wrong. I probably am wrong.
Yeah,
but
the thing is with Klopp, though, he's just. It's like he's brainwashed the players, isn't he? Like he's that sort of manager where he's gone. You are all like, James Milner, Jordan Henderson. You are now the top quality players. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Guardiola. He has brought in world-class players, but we're talking about Jordan Henderson, who, in this moment, a year or two before was getting slated, playing for England. James Milner, who some people going, why they signed James Milner?
James can play for so many more years. For sure,
absolutely.
100%.
Even Dave.
I think he's got in their heads to say, listen, don't get me wrong, they have got class. They've got Salah, they've got Mane. But these are all rejects from other clubs in a way.
Exactly. And he's turned them into.
Do you know what I mean? So
world beaters.
I don't think you can never write Liverpool off. They're too good.
It's that team ethic they've got. They're all. Yeah. He's turned all of them into leaders. For being from the spine of that team, Alisson, Fabinho, Van Dijk, Henderson,
right. When they take some of that away, like Van Dijk, or if Alisson's had a few injuries, suddenly. I mean, they got battered by Aston Villa. That was embarrassing.
Alisson brings in her husband, Adrian.
You're Adrian. Yeah, I mean,
they just swap.
I'd say Man City. Anyway, Man City for that side, but Man City for me will win the league. I think.
Yeah.
We'll right, last of the fifth round potentials.
Well, this is one for the pseudo football fans out there. The kind of the hipsters will like this tie, won't they? Brentford with Leicester. I mean, if you're a hipster, you wouldn't be watching Man United Liverpool. You'd be watching Brentford Leicester, and you'd be looking at what's the expected goal ratio for this game and all that kind of.
You'd be drinking a Camden Hells or an IPA.
Yeah,
and you'd be loving life. Yeah, actually, having some sushi.
I'd doff the cap. I'd doff the cap to this tie. I think this is a good one. I think for me, Leicester again. They're another team that really. Yeah, exactly. I think Leicester are a sort of team they deserve a trophy. The way they've been playing football under Rodgers, I think, brilliant.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I think it's a tough.
Do you think he's going for the league though? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Mate. I think they want to get a top four. I think they sense an opportunity there
because they're a dark horse. They really are.
So, but they missed. I think had it not been for COVID, they would have. Had it not been for, they would have probably finished in the top four last season. You know, so.
I think if I was a Leicester fan, I'd still be living off the Premier League.
Imagine.
Oh, massively, yeah. But then you see we all expected Leicester to kind of fall away, and we expected, Leicester won the league now; they'll probably just get relegated. But no, they've sustained that success. They've competed, and for me, if I was a Leicester fan now, and I've got mates who are Leicester fans, Jack Holmes, if you're watching, hello mate, thanks for the donation for Run the Month. They expected that. They see themselves, and if you look at the investment, not just in the squad or the manager, but the training ground is world class.
Yeah,
it is a world class training ground.
They've got really good balls.
Spent millions and millions of pounds on it. So I think Leicester's really kind of challenging the upper echelons of the Premier League.
Yeah, and they've got the backing of that. That amazing board that they've got. The owners like they're.
Yeah,
especially after the tragedy as well.
And almost that's as tragic as that was, it strengthened that bond, as Ryan says, with the club and the ownership, where they kind of feel we need to do this for the legacy of of the owner.
And they back Rodgers. Like he's a class manager, and they give him the full backing. Like that Fofana. They wanted him. They went and got him. Like they paid near enough 30 million, whatever it was, for him as an unproven centre half in the French league, and he is absolutely mustard. He's they just put put a lot of Justin at left back is class as well. Maddison, all these young players, Tielemans, they've got really good. Harvey Barnes, Albrighton he puts a shift in.
Yeah, Vardy.
The only thing is, Vardy. If Vardy gets injured, that's where they might struggle. But he just seems to get better with age. He's like, he's like
fine wine.
He is like a fine wine. Yeah, mate. He's just getting better. He's getting better and better. And you think defenses would have wised up to him, but his movement's so clever, and he's so quick, and they just know how to get the ball to him in those spaces. Like they're a joy to watch sometimes. Leicester, they are.
Yeah,
I like Ndidi as well. I think he's quality.
Yes, Ndidi.
Yes, Ndidi, mate. He's class. He sort of pulls the strings in midfield. Got great engine about him, up and down, box to box. Good player.
Dispossesses people, breaks the play up, moves the ball along. Barnes for me. Barnes, he's going to be one class player.
Yeah,
I think he'll be in England for years.
One of the first things Brendan Rodgers did was bring back Harvey Barnes. He was out on loan somewhere. I think he might have been at Derby at the time. I think Lampard might have had him at Derby or somewhere like that.
Yeah,
I might be wrong. I have to fact check that one. But anyway, he brought him back from a loan spell and straight into the first team.
And what a partnership they've formed, him and Vardy.
And even we talk about England, like the options England have got. I mean, but you've got people like Harvey Barnes and James Maddison. They've not even really had a look in yet, have they? I mean, they've had a sort of glimpse of things, but that just shows you that Gareth Southgate's got so many options as well. And he'll, of course, have his eyes fixed on the FA Cup. I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
But look, I think we're coming towards the end now, guys, because we're about 5 minutes from kickoff. West Ham away at Stockport.
I'm going to eat last night's Chinese.
Yes, good man. We've got Pizza Hut.
10K run, and we're going to stock up on Chinese.
Too right. Yeah. Get the carbs in.
Listen, these ties.
I'm going to quickly go around. Dave, what are you saying tonight, mate?
I think Stockport are going to score just because of what it is, FA Cup. But I'm going to go 3-1 West Ham. Antonio with a brace.
Right.
Do you know what? I'm going to go 4-0. I'm going out there. I think we've got a really strong team out. I just think we're causing too many problems.
Yeah. I'm going to go 3-0 West Ham. I think it'll be a routine victory, a professional victory, a professional win for us is what I would say. But I don't.
I'm a new Irons.
It's pissing down there, which is not unusual for Manchester. But I do think we'll win that. I think we'll comfortably win it.
That's Rooney's brother there.
Yeah, if it had been, if fans had been there tonight, I think it'd be a different story. I think it might have been a bit uncomfortable, but I just think West Ham have got too much quality. And as you say, they've got that incentive to go out and win tonight. So, listen, be a good game to watch.
Be really good.
Thanks to everyone for tuning in tonight. Thanks for the comments. Loads of comments tonight. Brilliant to see. You can follow us at The Cactus Inn. We're all over social media. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're even on TikTok. So you know what to do. YouTube, follow, subscribe to the page. The more the merrier. We'll be doing more of these.
Exactly. And if you have got any questions you want to ask us at The Cactus Inn, you got any ideas for us going forward as a podcast, any shows you want to listen to, any subjects you want us to talk about, get at us. Like we're very approachable. We'd always answer your questions and your posts. And the more interaction we get with you, the better it'll be. So get at us and let us know what you're into, because that's what we're about. We want to make everyone want to start a dialogue with everyone, make everyone happy, and spread the word, spread the love, spread the Cactus Inn joy. That's what it's all about. Absolutely. Dave, words.
You.
To be honest, you stole me words. You done me.
Oh, sorry.
No,
run quickly. How are we getting on?
Because I got my thinking cap on.
Yeah, run it. So I've got about 6 miles left, maybe. I think. Yeah. So
I think I just took myself up to. I was on 10. I think I'm up to about 17 now. So
you're on the same as me, I think now.
I've done 21.89 so far.
Yeah,
so
brilliant, Dave.
A little bit more to do, but I'll go and do a bit. I could finish it tomorrow, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you want to. It'd be nice to stretch out a month, but again, like, it'd be nice to push yourself even further.
Just carry on. I'm just going to carry on. I think I'm just going to keep running Forrest Gump style.
But no, brilliant. And as I say to everyone, if you are out there and you have got a spare couple of quid, please donate to our.
We seem to have had
our Just Giving page, and get behind us. Get behind Prostate Cancer UK. # Run the Month. It's a really good, really great cause. So get behind everyone in the fight against this horrific disease. So we're all going to be out there treading the tarmac. Charlie's been doing well. He keeps running in bobble hats.
Charlie's working tonight, by the way. So that's why Charlie.
I think he just sends someone out, or he screenshots it.
He just puts it on his dog. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, puts on his dog. Yeah. Do you know what? His garden's the shape of a bobble hat.
There you go. So
there you go.
Boys, thanks everyone. Thank you very much for this evening. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Come on, you Irons.
Nice one. See you later.
Take care, everyone.